Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update on Litecoin. This has been a beautiful move. $137.23. We're up 5.75%. This has just been amazing. And what I wanted to bring to you today was the importance and the power of trend line breaks. And we're even going to be looking at these trend lines on the 30-minute. And we're going to work our way out, guys. So I'm excited to be here with you. If you enjoy these Litecoin videos, this was our upside plan, guys. That's why we always plan for the upside, the downside, and the sideways. And we broke to the upside. And you can see this alert right here that we were looking at, 129.89. That was the alert. We got over top of that with the trend line break on good volume. That's exactly what we were looking for. Remember, this is just on the 30-minute. We will work our way back. I want to show you the importance of these trend lines. So we'll dig into this. And what I also wanted to bring to you today, just to put something on your radar and your mind, as I've talked with you, I've done a lot of studying in all these books, guys. Just even next to me now, what I've really been going through is all about candlestick charting, the easy way to get started, everything you need to know, which is a great one. That's by Wayne A. Corbett. I'm reading Elliott Wave Explained by Robert C. Beckman, and also Candlestick Charting Explained by Gregory L. Morse. I'm going back through those right now. And as I continue to read about them, what I want to put on your radar is cryptocurrency is an entirely different beast than the stock market. And all these books, there's not many books based on cryptocurrency yet, guys. It's still very new. So when I'm reading these books, what I'm doing is applying what I'm getting from these books into these charts and trying to do the best that I can with the patterns that I'm seeing and the chart patterns I'm seeing. And the reason why I'm talking to you here is cryptocurrency is a different beast because it can get so overextended to the upside as well as the downside. And there's times when you look at something like this, guys, right here, and we're moving up like this, and you can kind of see we pushed up, we came back down, pushed up again, we tried again, and we failed. And you saw we broke down through this 20 EMA right there, and guys, before you know it, we came right back up on some massive volume. And a lot of times you look at something like this in the traditional stock market and it look like it'd be breaking to the downside, and it'll break to the upside. And that's why we always want to have a plan, and we want to have these alerts, you know, in play to the upside as well as the downside. We want to pay attention to this stuff. But I wanted to bring to you the importance of these trend lines, to draw trend lines. And guys, I'm no professional at this, but that's something I've really been studying in terms of like PDF files and all that, trend line breaks and how to identify false trend line breaks. This was a real trend line break out of here because of the volume that accompanied it. If it was all of a sudden we broke out and we were up at a price like this, but it was on low volume, so I'm looking like that, that most likely is a 5% failure is what you're looking at. So, you know, we're going to work through the time frames here, guys. I appreciate you being here with me. Like I said, if you like what we do here, like, subscribe, leave a comment down low. And there's also some different coins that I want to bring to you this week, so pay attention and look out. Some coins that I think are undervalued, and there's some interesting things going on with them. So now what we'll do, we'll move out to the 4 hours, and we'll just look at this because there's also these green boxes I want to show you, something that I'm looking at. So on the 4 hours, we had a downside bearish cross, but we popped right back up, and that was this move here. So we basically formed a little bear, or a bull flag, I'm sorry. Here was our pull. We pulled back, or a little pennant, and then we blasted up right through that trend line. And that's the importance of them. Look at it here. See that? Guys, I'm really pounding this in because this can help your trading so much to the upside and the downside, and I want to bring this to you, and that's why I'm hesitating for a minute, because this is important stuff to pay attention to. Draw your trend lines and study these candle formations. It'll help you so much. Okay? So what we're seeing right now is you saw that push up on the 4 hours, and we have to wait for the close now. That will be about 8 p.m. Eastern time, so we still have some time here. Guys, we're at 21:32, and we're looking for that 24-hour close, and we're going to see right now it's kind of looking like a little bit of a shooting star candle. We tried to push up a little bit more, but that may be the extent of this run, guys, before we have some type of retracement, maybe back into this area, 120. Somewhere in there. This was old resistance, and we broke through it. We wanted to become support at some point. So if we pulled back into this area, that wouldn't shock me at some point either. When we're looking at this, guys, on the 4 hour and all this, this could be several days until we pull back to that area whenever this run has some type of hesitation, which we may be getting into a little bit, but we're going to have to watch it as the day continues to go on. That's something very important. But what I was looking at, as you can see on the 4 hour here, I was paying attention to when we had big runs up here. I was measuring the drops, guys. So here's our wick down into this area. That was a 22% drop. Here's our next run that we had. We ended up dropping around 17%. And now here's our next run, and we're going to see where this tops out. And wherever this tops out, I'm expecting some type of retracement between about 15% and up to 30%. Depends on what Bitcoin's doing. So I'm really going to keep that on my radar. But these are the things that I like to pay attention to, these percentages, the moving averages, the trend lines. It's also important, the volume, when we do break out stochastic crosses in certain areas with candles. That's what's important, and I want to teach you guys that, so I appreciate you being here. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go out to the 12 hour. We're just going to keep working through this, and we're going to see how things are looking with this stochastic. Stochastic on the 12, so we're up above my alarm there, guys. We broke out. Everything's looking good. Our stochastic is at 95 and 93, so we're very overbought right now. Keep that on your radar. Can we push higher? Absolutely. Like we talked about, this is a wild Mustang. We can really get overextended. That's why we had some targets around 35, and we're even exceeding that right now, up at 135 or 137, guys. So we're up above some of the targets I was even looking at yesterday, so that's a great thing. A lot of volume came into the upside there, so we're going to pay attention to that. But we are overextended, looking like we may get some type of cross to the downside. I'm going to keep very close attention on the stochastic RSI. Next one, we're going to go out to the 1 day. And this is how I like to do things. I like to start even on the 5 minute and work my way out, guys. Look at this beautiful move. So do you see this? When everyone thought we were going to the moon right here, and then we had this retracement, we lost about 80% of the move there. And then, guys, it started back up. We were looking for that nice higher low with that bullish engulfing candle with a stochastic cross. That's when you want to get in. And now you see that purple trend line that we're paying attention to. I also have this green trend line that I'm paying attention to, looking for trend line breaks. But now we're going to see when are we going to get some type of retracement that looks kind of similar to this, and it's healthy, guys. We'd want some type of a pullback, some type of a cool off to cool off these stochastics and these oscillators before we set another higher high and try to go up there and challenge that 175 is probably the next target. Once we do calm down, cool down, set a nice higher low, I believe 175 could be the next target. That's how close we're getting to that, guys. Okay? So now what we're going to do, I wanted to point this out one more time like I showed you yesterday. We're going to be on the 1 week chart here. And on the 1 week, look at this stochastic. It's at 197. So there's going to have to be some type of cooling off between 137 where we're at now, guys, and 175. I don't believe we're going to hit in just one shot right now with the stochastic where it's at. That's a lot of extension in terms of price with our, stochastic as high as it is. If we are down here around 50 or 40, that's a different story, with more room to come up here and challenge this area right around here, that 175. So these are the things that I'm looking at, and this is what I want to pay attention to. But that's what I really wanted to bring to you, is that the one thing you want to pay attention to about cryptocurrency is you can get very overextended. Guys, so remember, those are targets to the upside and to the downside. I'm going to be looking around that 119, 120. Somewhere down around that area. You could even look at 125 where we broke through this area. But that's what we're looking for. Do you see the supply and demand shift here? That's a thing of beauty, guys. So that's what I wanted to bring to you. I'm not going to get into too many indicators, anything right now. We have to see where this is going to finish out. If we go back out here, let's even look at the 12 hour, guys. We got to see where this is going to top out with the close tonight. If all of a sudden we have some huge, massive wick and the candle closes like down in here, that may be a sign that finally we're going to start cooling down and maybe back test that 125, 120, somewhere in there. If we close even where we're at right now, we may have even a shot to go up a little bit higher. That's a possibility. So want to bring this to you all. I appreciate you being here. I'm going to try to get maybe one more video out today if I get the time, but it's an honor to be here with you. I appreciate you. Take care, guys. God bless.